Morning everybody, Rusty from the Rusty Razor, and today we got a interesting shave today. I was tagged to do the paintbrush challenge. Yes indeed. We'll just see how this works out. I pulled out one of my paintbrushes from my collection of, it's like last time this thing got used was in here when I was painting the new bathroom when I remodeled. But we'll just see how this works out. But today we're going to be using Crowne & Crane's Cognac and Cubans. Smells like cigars with a bit of cognac in there. It's got kind of a raisiny scent to it with tobacco scent to it. Like if you freshly rolled nice tobacco cigars, like if you ever go into a humidor, that scent coming across. And yep, it's in there. I'm gonna lather this up. You're gonna see how this is gonna work out. I put a little bit of extra in there because this is a big brush and I'm not sure exactly how well this is gonna lather. Maybe I put too much water in here. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll just see how this works out. Ooh, sloppy mess. It's going everywhere. It's kind of runny at the moment. I'm not really getting a good lather out of this yet. I'm slopping more out of the bowl than anything. So we'll just see how this challenge goes. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, Soap. We're just seeing how much. I think what it was is this brush is holding a lot of moisture. I'm glad I put more soap at this time. I doubled the amount. It was like a quarter size amount of soap that I put in this and rubbed into pushed into the bowl. We're getting some out of there. You're probably hearing this clink, 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 clink sound. You're going, oh, stop it! You're driving us insane! Let's get in there. Getting that frothy look now. This is taking longer because almost might have to add a little bit more soap to the mix. But I don't think I need to. I'll find out after I start using it the first time. There we go. It's sort of working. Now we're going to leave it at that. Go with the flow. It's got sudsy water everywhere now. Okay, I do have the Barbasol 1919 on the face. We're going to use the Super Speed 1940 Super Speed with some Astra blades. Second use on the Astras. Then we'll follow up with some Pinaud Clubman Vanilla. We'll see how that works out. Alright. This is going to be an interesting experience. It's kind of wet. Droopy, sloppy mess. Probably a little too much moisture. Should have squeezed them out. Paint defense. This could be bloody. Boy, it's just dripping right off the. No counter. I'm covered in soap. And we'll see how this works out. Alright, first pass. It's Jeremy that a traveling shaving tagged me in this video. I'll just have to see how this works out. Oh, that blade's working good. Here it's swinging. That's not so bad. But I'm glad I have a little bit of Barbasol on the face starting off with, because I don't know if this slickness seems to be there from the soap, but I got it a little too wet to my liking. Yeah, I've been seeing, it's like, I remember Sig, when he did his paintbrush challenge, he said he went into the hardware store and he said, I need a brush. And he's like, what do you plan on using it? I don't want to say. Okay, that sounds a little nefarious. I just see what the clerk was like, okay, what's this guy doing? I don't know if you can hear that blade. These old Gillette Super Speeds are a really good razor. It's a little more aggressive side of things with this one. You know, in the 50s they had 3 versions. It's like mild, medium, and really wild and crazy. You know, this is what I think the blue tip was the mild one. The red tip, I think, is the aggressive one. And I think they had, was it a silver maybe? Was the general size one? But I could be wrong. But I think that's right though. I say my paintbrush is going to smell really nice after I'm done with it. I don't know, it just smells like acrylic paint. Feel a little sting with this, because this is a little more aggressive razor. But I like this razor, it's really nice. I imagine you can get these on eBay pretty easily if you're interested in finding them. Yeah, we had kind of a follow-up on the kind of a discussion I was having, which would be for the, I think I'll ask it in the next shave idea. Old versus new. Old, are you a new razor guy or you know vintage razor guy? I'm going to have to ponder that question and ask it in the next one. I want to preface it. Train. Yeah, I live about 3/4 of a mile from the tracks. So, it's only get the train going to the crossing. It's like in the summertime or spring and fall when you got all the windows open. And they can hear the trains and people will go, how do you sleep or anything with all that noise? What noise? I don't hear it. I've lived here 27 years. I just tune it out. The only time I hear it is when the whistle blows. Makes me want to break out the train set. Need some suds. Look at that, it's drippy. Just kind of dripping off there. It smells good. It's a nice scent too. They Got that tobacco. Got a weeper. The only problem with this super speed, it's a little more aggressive. It takes the heads off my bumps on my lip. Paint the face. Jackson. Up and down. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Danielson. Paint the fence. Seen the other day where the actor is supposed to be, I think he's 59 now, and he's like, you know, you're getting old when you see that the kids of your youth and the it's supposed to be in the young kids in the movies are now almost 60. You're like, wow, where did time go? It's like, you know, I remember, heck, I remember the 60s. I was a young lad, but I still remember the 60s. Going to school in the 70s and 80s. Oops. No, wrong side of the... There we go. It's like... As a young lad, I remember the first moon landing. I remember seeing in the news about Vietnam all the time, and all the Apollo launches and all that stuff. My first memory, real good memory, was a kid. It's like I have a pair of brothers that are 2.5 years younger than me. And I remember my mom and dad, when they brought him home from the hospital and they put him in the crib. So both of them are sitting side by side because they're twins. I talked about them before on the channel. And the nefarious things they would do together. Little terrorizers. But I remember looking in there and it's like, wow, it's like I got brothers. And going to the hospital, and I got my tonsils out. I remember sitting in the hospital room and they prep you and take you in, and it's like I remember laying. It's like, no, we'll get on the cart and they put you on the gurney and they're taking you to the operating room, and I remember laying down and watching the lights. It's like looking up and I'm looking at the ceiling lights as they go by, and getting into the operating room and having the nurse has that little thing to put over your face, and he's like, all right, we're gonna put this over your face, don't worry, and you're gonna smell candy. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna smell candy? And then next thing you know, he's like, take a deep breath, smell the candy, and next thing you know, you wake it up, oh, my throat hurts. Because they carved your tonsils out. But it was better in the long run. I always had tonsillitis. Both my brother and I both had ours out. My older brother. That caught a little bit there. But some of the earliest memories I have, and that would have been, oh, about 60s, 67, somewhere in there. And I do remember my dad had a 65 Ford, and probably gotta get a weeper right there. Caught a little bit, but they he got into a car accident. Only had the car a few years, and I remember going to look at it afterwards. Somebody ran a stop sign in front of him, and they T-boned him, and just mangled his vehicle. The whole front of it was just pushed up. That was, when I think about it today, it's like, didn't have seat belts or anything in that car. It's like, I'm surprised he lived through that. Got banged up pretty good, but that's a nice smelling soap. If you ever get an opportunity, check out Crowne and Crane soaps. They are comparable to Sterling when it comes to, they don't have a lot of different soaps, like, you know, you got a grocery list of stuff you can get from Sterling, but Crowne and Crane has a nice little selection. They have maybe 20, and they kind of rotate too also with the depending on the seasonal, but they have some nice stuff. My favorite is the Amber Woods. Staying right through here, and right here I think I got a couple weepers right there, but that was Pinaud Clubman Vanilla. Good stuff there. Like it. Alright, so everybody, that was the paintbrush challenge. I have to think of some, I don't know if the Hoon Shaver has done it. Yes, if you haven't, there you are. Shaving Disciple, and I know Sig's already did it. And I think the Red Island Shaver did it. But if you haven't, I'm having a hard time remembering who's done it or not. It's gone around the community a bit. All the different people has done it. And I think Jeff over Jeffrey Smith has done it too. But if you haven't, there you go. There's a paintbrush challenge for everybody. Alright, hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.